time for the 2020 year-end review.
The best pay-per-view of the year. Best female wrestler of the year. Best male wrestler of the year. The nominees are...
Where's the Fiend?
If you think he belongs in the nominee, you can add him.
Obviously, this has been the year of Sasha, baby. The boss is back.
That's why I said John Moxley is
Oh my
me.
God.
So,
my pick is...
we're 3 for 3 because I also chose that match.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the weekly finisher. My name is Beefy Supreme.
Beef Supremo. And it's your boy A-Style.
Our boy A-Styles in the house. And what is happening? It is the last episode of 2020. We already got our eggnog. We had our tamales. We had all of our good food. So today we got some pupusas.
Pupusas. Yeah.
Some pan con pollo.
Pan con pollo.
It is the end of 2020, so we are going to do a year-end review of Beef Supreme's and A-Style's favorite matches, favorite wrestlers, favorite feuds, you name it.
We got it all.
We got it all, baby. But before we do all that, I just want to do a quick rundown of what happened this week. And I think, most importantly, we should start off with the Inferno match between Randy Orton and The Fiend. Ace, I'm guessing you're not a big fan of this.
No, I honestly, I thought, even though a lot of people were like, what the fuck? Even I said, what the fuck on my Twitter. I want to say something real quick. I thought it was a great match for what it was. I think it was a great concept. We got somebody burned alive. I thought it was great. I mean, granted, it wasn't an amazing, spectacular match, but that's Randy Orton matches. But at the end of the day, you know what you're going to get. So I thought it was good. I thought it was great. I thought I watched it twice just to make sure I wasn't tripping. But no, I thought, the wax doll burning, I thought it was pretty good. What you think about it, Beef Supreme?
Man, we got a man set on fire and he got RKO'd. Like,
yeah.
That sounds like a good ending to 2020 to me.
Randy
Orton tweeted about it. He said, I know I just burned a man alive, but I want to talk about how great The Mandalorian was.
There we go.
Everyone knows we had a good time.
It was a good time.
It was a good time. I was happy with it. So, good Inferno match.
Good job. Yeah, no problems here. No problems at all.
With me.
I enjoyed
it. And so TLC came and went. It's always the last pay-per-view of the year. I feel like it's always a little underwhelming. But we have, now that's the end of the year, we have the Royal Rumble coming up. Which, in my opinion, that sets off WrestleMania season. That sets off the year. We just had Daniel Bryan on SmackDown win his match against Jey Uso. And he's the first entrant to go into the Royal Rumble. Is this the year? Is this the year that Daniel Bryan takes it?
No.
Why?
Because I don't think Daniel Bryan wants to main event WrestleMania anymore. He did a great segment on Talking Smack where he talked to Paul Heyman and said, I've never won a Royal Rumble. I've never done that in my career. I want to beat Roman Reigns, whether he is a champion or he's not a champion. I want to headline WrestleMania and I want to beat him for the title. I'm sorry, Bryan, you're just not hot anymore. You used to be it with the yes kicks and you were great, but that's 2 years ago now. That was WrestleMania 30.
Can I just say, you are the most disloyal fan I have ever met.
I'm fickle. No, Bryan called me out. He said I was fickle, and I am.
You are fickle,
I am
man.
fickle. What do you want me to do?
There's no crowds. What do you want him to do? You used to love CM Punk. You hate him now. You used to love Randy Orton. You hate him now. You used to love Daniel Bryan. You hate him now.
Yes. You know why? Because I expect greatness from my superstars. I expect greatness from our wrestlers. And honestly, Daniel Bryan has been a good handle. Right now, he's acting like a B-plus player.
Oh, my God.
He is. And the reason why my take is like this is because if you go back to when he was calling everybody fickles, the planet's champion, that was such a great run. And I felt like there was so much you could still do with that character, but yet it just went away. And now it's like he's back to the yes movement. He's back to the yes kick. It's the same thing.
Wow, I think it would be kind of cool bringing it full circle. The fans made the yes movement happen and led them to the top. It would be kind of, I don't know if ironic is a word. I forget what the definition of ironic is, but if he ends up winning the Royal Rumble with no fans, that's kind of funny. Anywho, if Daniel Bryan's not your guy heading into the Royal Rumble, we just saw Talking Smack. We saw Paul Heyman also. He keeps encouraging Big E. Big E just won the Intercontinental title.
Yeah,
who do you think wins the men's Royal Rumble then?
I think it's going to be Big E. I think Big E is setting up to. Yeah, I think Big E will be the next breakout star. I mean, he was a breakout star this year for SmackDown, so I think he's the next in line.
Do you think Paul Heyman is grooming him to go after Roman Reigns?
I think so. I think Paul Heyman knows that Big E is the next big no pun intended, but the next big thing. And I think Paul Heyman is trying to get Big E to become.
No Brock? We're not getting Brock?
No, I don't think Brock is going to come back.
Okay. All right, so you had Big E leading. I feel like it's between him and Daniel Bryan. I don't know why you're not into Daniel Bryan, but
I'm not.
Daniel Bryan always puts on a
Why are you into Daniel Bryan?
I'm not into Daniel Bryan, but it would be nice.
But you want him just to nice? So it's nice? So it's a nice idea? You just said it was a nice idea. It's a nice idea, and we're going to go ahead and go with this.
He just defeated Jey Uso.
Wow, big deal. Oh, yeah.
My God.
You know, a big deal. All right, you know what? That's like beating Hulk Hogan, I bet. You know what? Let's go.
Oh, my God.
Let's go, D-Bryan.
I don't even know what that means. Okay.
He's not even top 5 no more.
I feel like those two are the favorites going into the Royal Rumble. Charlotte just came back. She's a new tag team champion with Asuka. I think there were some rumors that we're going to start getting some returns back. We saw a video of Ronda Rousey training again in a wrestling ring with Roddy Piper's daughter. There's rumors, we want our matches. We want Ronda back. We want Charlotte back. We want Sasha fighting with them. Who do you think has the women's Royal Rumble?
I think it's going to be Bianca Belair. I think
Bianca. A lot of people have Bianca, actually.
I have Bianca Belair because I think she's the next breakout star. Bianca has it. She has it.
She does.
And you can't teach that. So I think with Bianca Belair, I think she could honestly be what Sasha Banks, for a lot of people, want her to be. I think Sasha Banks right now is too big for WWE, in my opinion. And I think she needs to leave WWE and do something else. Because in my opinion,
what the hell you want her to do?
I think she can go in movies. I think she can go to television.
Oh, you mean I thought you meant in wrestling? Yes, I agree.
No, I'm saying, in my opinion, I think she's bigger now. She's so much more better.
You think Bianca could fill in that slot?
I think so. Okay. And that's what I mean in terms of like where WWE sees her as being the next Sasha Banks. Because in my opinion,
I think Bianca could
Sasha's done it all already.
She has, and I mean, Becky could leave forever, and she accomplished a lot. I think Bianca would fill in great for any slot, and she would be good. I think that's a good prediction.
Yeah.
I still think they might just go the usual route. They might just give it to Charlotte, and she might just get involved in there somewhere. I think Bianca's a really good prediction. I'm okay with that. I like that.
Bianca's a good pick.
That's good. They had a great match on Friday, so I'm happy. So that was this week. Not much going on. Pretty, it's the end of the year. We're all at home, like I said. The pupusa discussion. So let's get hyped. Let's do this. It's time for the 2020 year-end review with PP Supreme and A-Style, baby.
You already know. You already only here on the weekly finisher.
Only here on the weekly finisher, the yearly finisher. Let's go.
I like that. First up, the nominees are for the best pay-per-view of the year, if you will.
Ooh, that's good.
Shout out to Sting, by the way.
That was good.
WWE Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Wrestle Kingdom, AEW Revolution, and the WWE Hell in a Cell. Beef Supreme, out of those nominees, what is your pick?
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's funny that you only have one pay-per-view after August, September. Yeah. Everything went downhill, man.
It did.
Personally, I feel like the Royal Rumble was the most exciting one this year. I think we had the fans. We had a great Edge return. We had great matches. It was right before COVID hit, and I think it was right before Kobe died. So things were still feeling like the year was going well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Royal Rumble.
Okay, not bad. For A Styles, that was Beef Supreme. A Styles, top to bottom, AEW Revolution was my pick.
Okay.
We still had fans. Remember, we still had fans. And it was top to bottom one of the best matches and cards that we've had this year. And the reason why I say that is because we had the Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. Quite possibly one of the best tag team matches I've seen this year. Okay. Then we had the culmination of Moxley and Jericho. It was so much happening, and the fans were into it, and it was just so amazing. It was peak AEW for me, right?
It was peak AEW,
and I think it was encapsulating everything that this year was. And for me, top down, still to this day, I still think it wasn't able to be beaten. So for my pick was AEW Revolution.
No love for Wrestle Kingdom this year?
No love for Wrestle Kingdom this year. Even though
they did a great Ibushi Okada?
Like, no Ibushi. I love Ibushi. I love Okada. But the thing is, the storylines that played into AEW Revolution was just so damn good. And it just encapsulated everything of what I love in wrestling. And so
so do you think the audience played a part in this? Because next year, I mean, I don't know how long we're going to be in house, man. But and we didn't pick anything that wasn't that was not in front of an audience.
No, I think the audience, again, the audience really did. It adds to the flavor of the match. It's that third missing piece of a match, and you need it. You need it.
Death, taxes, and fans, baby.
Big
need them all.
Big fact. All right, that was our best pay-per-view of the year. Let's go on to the next category. Our best male wrestler of the year. We have Drew McIntyre, Jon Moxley. So I had to shout out.
Hey, your impressions are good today, man.
Roman Reigns and Kenny Omega. Big Supreme, the floor is yours.
I have a problem with your... This is all I can pick from?
Yes.
Where's the Fiend?
You want? I mean, if you think he's not on the nominee,
oh my God! How are you gonna?
If you think he belongs in the nominee, you can add him. But I don't think he belongs.
The Fiend is one of the only wrestlers right now that you would pay top money to go see in a main event. Like, how is he not in this list?
I don't think he belongs.
Oh my God! All right,
but if you want to if you want to nominate him, then we'll add him to the list.
I'm officially adding him to the list.
There we go. Then we're adding him to the list. But my question to you, now that you added him, are you picking him?
So my answer to that is yes. The Fiend is the wrestler of the year, baby.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, wow. Well, Lord Jesus. Okay.
Let me tell you why. Roman Reigns left after WrestleMania. He just came back. Jon Moxley lost the title. I haven't seen him in like a month or two. Okay, like Drew McIntyre took off after WrestleMania, but it took him a while to develop. He had to earn the title the second time for us to really care for him as a main eventer. Okay. And Kenny Omega, he was a great tag team, but he didn't start main eventing with his world title ranking until last month. So the Fiend, in the meantime, the whole year has been consistent. He's been a main event player the whole year. He had a great psychological match against John Cena at WrestleMania. He had a great match against Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble. He had great matches against, it's been the whole year. He just had an Inferno match. He has delivered the most memorable moments of this year without an audience. He fits perfect into the era. The Fiend is my boy.
All right. Well, for you, B. But for A Styles, the male superstar, the male wrestler of the year goes to Jon Moxley for me. And I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why. Jon Moxley has had the most impressive run as a champion this year. He has had competition after competition and has delivered matches after matches after matches. There has not been a title defense run since that I remember on this caliber in a long time in the United States. Now, I don't count Okada because Okada was in New Japan and he had a great title reign. But I'm talking about in the United States, Jon Moxley has constantly delivered through the pandemic, through everything that was going on this year. He delivered in promos, in matches, in build-up. He created a new star of Eddie Kingston. He was continuing pushing the business forward and carrying a company through a pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, your former AEW champion and this year's 2020 Wrestler of the Year, in my opinion, for A Styles, is Jon Moxley.
Oh my! I'm trying to find that star that he created because I don't see it.
Oh my God!
Okay, here's the thing. This is weaker than CM Punk's year-long title reign.
How?
Okay, let me tell you how. what great moments from Jon Moxley did you get this year against Jake Hager? Against Jake Hager.
Yes.
Against Lance Archer.
Yes.
Against Eddie Kingston.
Yes.
This is your boy. Come get your boy, man. I'm out of here.
Yes. You know why? Because even you said it a podcast ago that your own friends were intrigued by Eddie Kingston.
My friends are dumb.
Oh.
I love. They're all friends of the show. They're all friends of the show.
Look, regardless of it is, no matter what it was, Moxley was hot. He was white hot. He was white hot, and he continuously was making matches, making feuds. Yes, I give it to you. The Fiend was creating matches. He was creating the same thing. You could argue that he was the best thing happening in WWE, which I wholeheartedly agree. But you can't sit here and tell me you enjoyed the Randy Orton and the Fiend build-up. You can't sit here.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh,
I loved it. And you know what? If I was a 10-year-old, oh my God, that is as memorable.
I'm not asking it, but I'm not asking.
No, well, you should, because this is not, wrestling's not for you.
And that's what I'm saying. And guess what? That's why I said Jon Moxley is
oh
for me.
My God.
So you are favoring the 10-year-old boy, and that's fine.
No,
that's
I'm
fine.
favoring the guy who appeals to everyone.
He doesn't though. If he didn't appeal to me, it doesn't mean he appeals.
You're not a friend of the show sometimes. Like that's you're a close. Okay. I just, before we move on, who's your close second?
The Fiend.
You're so stupid.
But look, I'm talking about the 2020, fam. I'm talking 2020. And 2020 was Jon Moxley's year.
Fine, but my close second is Kenny Omega. I would have said Jon Moxley to make it funny, but whatever.
See, now you just ruined yourself. All right, best female wrestler of the year. The nominees are Bayley, Sasha Banks, Asuka, and Britt Baker.
Hey, can I know why we're including Britt Baker in here?
Oh, come on. You know what?
She doesn't belong on this list. Get her out of here.
Oh,
get her out of here. Who invited her?
Oh, Lord. Give me your nominee. Give me your pick. You're just so mean.
Obviously, this has been the year of Sasha, baby. The boss is back. She finally gets her real title reign. She gets her real feuds. They better not take this away for WrestleMania. We've been clamoring for Sasha to get the spotlight. I know you say she's getting too big. She deserves a big WrestleMania moment. I hope she main events WrestleMania this year. Her and Bayley completely carried SmackDown for months. They're still carrying parts of it. Like, for far and beyond, I think Bayley improved greatly this year, but Sasha is the star, baby.
I agree. I agree with you. However, though, my pick of this year for the women is Asuka. And I say this because you talked about the Fiend and how he consistently was creating things. Asuka doesn't get the recognition she deserves.
That's fair.
She was feuding with Becky Lynch. She won the Money in the Bank. She was feuding with Sasha, feuding with Bayley, feuding with Charlotte, then feuding with brought back Kairi Sane to feud with Sasha and Bayley. Now she's a champion. Now she's a tag team champion with Charlotte Flair. She has consistently delivered. When there was nobody in the audience, they had her on commentary, just spouting nonsense to create noise in the show, right? She was consistently
You're right. They threw her as a commentator.
They put on as a commentator. They had her go out there with Kairi Sane making noise. Why? Because she was consistently the workhorse of the women's division, in my opinion. Granted, yes, I could even guarantee to say she's the one who single-handedly put over the fact for Bayley and for Sasha and allowed them to actually create an animosity and then feud and then have Sasha finally become the big one.
Asuka's going to need a chiropractor after this year because her back be hurting.
I'm telling you, she carried the women's division.
No, that's fair.
2020.
That's completely fair.
And that's what I'm saying. Where to me, I feel like even though I love, and I said it before, I love Sasha Banks and I love Bayley. Bayley to me, she was amazing. And we sat here before and said that she carried the division. She did. But the thing is that that's the problem is we always forget that it takes two to tango. And it was Asuka carrying also the weight of so much that she had to go through.
I will say, I don't even remember if the Kabuki Warriors were this year. She's been nonstop.
Remember the Kabuki Warriors were also there, and then they did a retirement match with her against Sasha and Bayley.
Yeah.
And then we forget that Becky Lynch was the one who handed her the title after she won.
Would you give her the Royal Rumble?
She already won it, so I don't think so.
I know you can't win it twice.
No, I mean she's already Grand Slam champion, and now she's a 2 belt Oscar. Like everything that Bayley and Sasha's done, she's been doing it, and she's already done it. So it's almost like, to me, she's almost an honorary four horsewoman.
Okay, she was there when Becky left. Becky Lynch left this year, and that's who the title went to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So okay. That's a completely. I am okay with that.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Best tag team of the year, we got Young Bucks, FTR, New Day, and the Street Profits.
Okay, well, I think the Street Profits came through as one of the best debuts of all time. Like, they are, I want them to talk to me all the time. They should intro Raw and SmackDown every week. They really shined this year. But I think it was time for the Young Bucks to establish themselves as true main eventers, and this is the year of the Young Bucks. They are the tag team of the year. They had memorable matches with the Lucha Brothers, with Kenny Omega and Hangman. They had with Ortiz and Santana. They had nonstop great matches. Now they're putting on great matches against new talent like Top Flight and I forgot the new team. There's a lot of new teams that they're fighting against. They had a great match against FTR. This is the year of the Young Bucks.
Everything you just said is the reason why I voted for them, and I can't say better than what you just said. This was the year of the Young Bucks. They consistently put tag team wrestling on the match. Their match between FTR, Hangman Adam Page, you name it. This past Wednesday night on Dynamite, they continued to push tag team wrestling to the greatest heights. And
they do.
I agree with you. The Young Bucks is the tag team wrestlers of the year.
This is the year that officially. This is a year that tag teams became worthy of main eventing, and the Young Bucks could go on last, and people pay good money for that. Like that, this is the year, so they did good. They did great.
I agree. Can't say better than that. For once in our lives, Beef Supreme and A Styles agree with one pick.
Komu and Nala
together.
It's Kiara.
Oh, it's Kiara. Who the hell Nala?
Sorry, what they got for the producer? They got for you, Peter. Let me continue with this. All right.
Okay.
The best cinematic matches of the year. The nominees are John Cena versus Bray Wyatt for the Firefly Funhouse match, Britt Baker versus Big Swole Tooth and Nail match, Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara Elite Deletion match, AJ Styles versus Undertaker Boneyard match, and the AEW Stadium Stampede match. Whew, that was a mouthful. Now, Beef Supreme, the floor is yours.
A Styles gets props for writing all these down, but you do not get props for not knowing what a cinematic match is. Okay, Britt Baker fighting in a dentist's office is not a cinematic match. It's not. All right, we went to her office and we said, hey, you want to fight in your office? She said, yeah. That's not a cinematic match, Ace. Second of all, 8 wrestlers getting together and fighting in a football stadium, that's not a cinematic match either. I don't. The producer thinks I'm on crack. These are not cinematic matches.
Thank you, producer. A cinematic. Let's define cinematic matches.
Let's define it.
Matches that are cinematic, meaning they do not take place in a 8x8 square feet
That
ring.
is not a cinematic match.
Where you are filming and it's pre-taped and it's in an undisclosed location, or in this case, enclosed location, whether it be a dentist's office or whether it be a stadium. It's already pre-filmed. They're editing it. It's not live.
Okay, a cinematic match is a match that does not involve a crowd and that is done in the style of a movie. So it is told, and that's why you have like Undertaker and you have Matt Hardy doing things that you wouldn't be able to do in real life because it's a movie. You have explosions. You have like it's a cinematic experience. It's not a backstage taping of any sort of violence. That's not it.
There you go. Okay.
Go.
Give me your nominee. Give me your winner.
The winner of the best cinematic match of the year is The Undertaker versus AJ Styles. That is a match that solidified The Undertaker as a GOAT, as a main eventer, as potentially the greatest of all time. This is a man who main evented WrestleMania in the 90s, in the 2000s, in the 2010s, and now 2020. That is 4 decades of main eventing WrestleMania. A WrestleMania, not just main eventing, a WrestleMania. Okay. Yes, I see your expression. This was the time for it was so good that The Undertaker decided to retire. That's how good the match was. He's like, this is the one. So that is the match that takes it.
You done? You done? Mr. I don't know what a cinematic match is.
Oh my God.
This is the cinematic match of the year for A-Styles. The cinematic match of the year for A-Styles is John Cena versus The Fiend at WrestleMania, the Firefly Funhouse match. You talk about cinematics. You talking about pushing the envelope. Granted, and trust me, this was very hard because I loved the Stadium Stampede match. And I loved the Britt Baker match. But this match was cinematic matches almost to the extreme. It was a psychological match that took us on a journey of John Cena, took us on the journey of Bray Wyatt. It was so good. It was so well shown. It was just so good. If you rewatch it now, you're like, man, that was a good match. Why? Because it made you feel, it made you understand, it made you laugh. It brought you back to understanding why the importance of this match was. Quite possibly one of the reasons why I feel that The Fiend and John Cena, in my opinion, are the greatest feud for Bray Wyatt. Because he knows that John Cena is the upper echelon. John Cena is the superstar of all superstars of the generation. So that match for The Fiend did wonders for his career because he finally beat the big one. And that is John Cena.
Okay, that is not bad. I'm okay. I'm glad you actually picked the cinematic match.
Oh my God!
I think it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna disagree with it. We got John Cena in the NWO, and that was cool. I'm okay with this. You're not as crazy as I think, Ace.
So our next category, full weekly finisher, we have the most entertaining storylines of the year, and we have Kenny and Hangman Page versus the Elite, Jericho versus Cassidy, Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins, Kenny the Collector, where he won the championship and was going to Impact Wrestling and around the world to collect all the championship belts. And then we have the infamous Sasha versus Bayley, culminating at Hell in a Cell.
I'm tired of people not being included. This is obviously the year of the head of the table, Roman Reigns.
And Roman Reigns.
I am adding that to the list, and I am making that the storyline of the year. Roman Reigns talks during his matches now. Roman Reigns comes out without any shirt on. Roman Reigns entertained me this year by beating up his family and then making them eat with him at the table. That is the storyline of the year.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, that it's the storyline of the year as well. Him coming out with his shirt off, great asset according to Be Supreme. So, beautiful right there. We're 2 for 2, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the same page. Cole and Kiara coming back together. All right, great stuff. All right, finally, let's get to the main event of the Weekly Finisher Award, and that is the best match of 2020. Of every single match, let's run it down. We have Walter versus I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Oh my God!
If I butchered it, I'm so sorry. Ilja Dragunov, NXT UK. We have Okada versus Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom 14. We have Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly at NXT TakeOver 31. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Adam Page and Kenny Omega versus Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson at AEW Revolution. Trent and Chuck Taylor versus Ortiz and Santana at AEW Dynamite Parking Lot Brawl. And then finally, we have Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson versus Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, a.k.a. the FTR.
And these are not bad matches, man. That sounds like a great year to me.
Not bad. Yeah.
I am surprised you did not feature the greatest wrestling match of all time.
Are you talking about Edge versus Randy Orton?
You're saying the greatest wrestling match ever did not make the list?
You know what? I can't stand your Seth Rollins cackle and laugh. Anyway, what's your pick?
My pick is Kenny Omega and Hangman versus the Young Bucks at Revolution.
Wow.
by far the greatest tag team match I have ever seen.
Wow.
The greatest match of this year. Nothing's gonna top that. Just 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. I nothing more. That's it.
Oh man. What? I'm shocked. We're 3 for 3 because I also chose that match because that was the greatest tag team match I've ever seen. And again, I love the FTR versus the Elite, but I'm sorry, these 4 individuals left it all in the line. They were best friends, all friends, and you could feel the chemistry. You can feel that they put their bodies on the line. It was such a beautiful storytelling match. The crowd was into it. It was so hot. It was by far the best match of 2020. Hands down, that match saved 2020.
Hands down, baby.
Hands down. Can't say nothing else about that.
And that is beautiful. We came together 3 for 3. Kiara and Kobu and Nala.
We're like Sheamus and Cesaro.
Wait, what?
You know they had the best of 3?
No, that's not. Why would that be included? And that was our yearly finisher. Obviously, a tough year for everyone, but you know what? We made the best out of it in our wrestling world. We had some great moments. We had some great matches. A very interesting 2020. We love talking wrestling with y'all here on the Weekly Finisher with me and A Styles.
Big facts. And you can catch us and you can like and subscribe this video and all of our other videos of 2020 at Roger Talks Wrestling. You can follow us at the Weekly Finisher on all of our social media using the hashtag Weekly Finisher, and also on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, and all your other places you get your podcasts. Make sure to like and subscribe. What else can they do, Roger? They got to comment, right?
They got to comment. Share with us your favorite matches, your favorite moments. Again, we're all stuck at home. We've all faced some tough situations. So, we should talk to each other, get to know each other, share with us your favorite stuff this year. Let's get together watching wrestling. Let's have a good time.
Big facts. Hopefully you guys had a happy Christmas and a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. We're on the road to 2021. We will catch you guys next year at the Weekly Finisher at 2021. We will bring back. We will talk about more wrestling. We will debate more. Trust us. Believe in us. I guarantee you we are not done yet.
Not done yet. Catch us next year. Let's go.